Con season's coming up. Time to get Lanie's Proton Pack up and running. Ion arm needs some work. Clippered valve needs to be redone. And man, the tip of the wand needs some help. Wonder if there's a YouTube video about this.
Oh, well, there you go. No one cares about this future Eugene. Let's skip ahead. This must be now in the video. Cool. Guess I can just skip ahead. Oh, come on. Seriously? I bet VHS tape wouldn't do this.
Greetings, fellow ghost heads, and welcome to Epically Geeky Makers. I'm your host, Eugene Stevens. 2 years ago, I made my Proton Pack. It's what's referred to as a junk pack because it's made up of a lot of different things. Like there's a pipe in, there's a lot of wood in here, there's a lot of PVC pipe, but it all comes together and looks pretty good. A year later, my sister-in-law Lanie moved here and wanted me to make her a Proton Pack as well. I had actually just discovered Grant Thomas's video on how to make a styro slicer, made one, and thought, you know what, this styrofoam stuff might actually be pretty good to make a Proton Pack out of. It holds up fairly well, it will take some damage, but it's also extremely lightweight and very inexpensive. So we decided to make a Proton Pack out of it. While it actually has held up very well, the problem is anyone who has a Proton Pack will tell you, over time, just going into cons and just wear and tear, there's a lot of work you have to do on these things to keep them up and running. Not only just keep them up and running, but keep them look good. Con season is about to start for us here in Central Texas, so I need to get her Proton Pack up to snuff. There's a few little things I have to do on mine, but not much. Hers has actually kind of sustained some battle damage that really needs some help. The biggest three things that I'm looking at are the clipper valve here came off, and she tried to repair it herself, but let's just say it needs a little help. The second biggest thing is the metal pole that comes out here on the ion arm is missing. She has it, but it's fallen out. It really needs to be reinforced. The foam just will not hold on to it like I was originally hoping it would. And then finally, here on the tip of the gun, there's an entire piece missing here. That's why this is just kind of floating off in space. So instead of refabricating all of that stuff in foam, I thought maybe I should use my 3D printer. I can now actually create plastic that will hold up, make it exactly look how I want it to look, and well, it just makes sense. So what I've decided I'm going to do is, I'm going to refabricate the piece that goes here. I'm going to refabricate a tip that goes here, because I never really was quite satisfied with this. It just didn't turn out the way I was hoping it to. Mine turned out much better. Not sure what the difference was, but for whatever reason, it just didn't turn out like I wanted it to. And then I'm basically going to take this off, sand this glue down, and get it back on there so it's looking the way it should. With that said, let's get to it.
The reason why I had to go ahead and design my own parts for this project is because even though there are Proton Packs out there you can download, or at least the parts for them you can download and print, because these are custom Proton Packs that are not 100% screen accurate, I really couldn't go with the parts that I found out there, so I had to make my own. Originally, I had hoped to just go ahead and print all the parts in the correct colors so I didn't have to go back and paint it, but the silver that I had kept causing all these little pot marks, which you saw, so I had to go back and print it in different colors, which was fine. I sanded everything with a 220 grit sandpaper, then hit everything with a primer. After that, I sanded it again with a 400 grit, and then went in to paint it. After I got all the paint done, I sealed it with a spray varnish. This way it could stand up to a little punishment. I then taped off the parts of the Proton Pack that needed repainting. I managed to salvage the clippered valve that I already created and put it back on there with a nice clean finish. Next, I reattached the neutrino wand end using a little super glue and this spray adhesive. This stuff works great. Basically, you spray it on, and as soon as the super glue makes contact, it's done, it's cured, and ready to go. I removed the aluminum can that I was using on the tip of the ion arm and replaced it with a 3D printed part. This should give a lot more support to both the screws, but also the metal poles that jet out of it. Plus, it just looks a lot cleaner. Once again, I used the super glue and spray adhesive to get everything together. Now that I've discovered this stuff, man, it makes putting stuff together quick and easy. Finally, I sanded off some of the paint that's on the wand and was able to attach the last part. And we were done.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, ladies and gentlemen. In the 2 years that I've been doing this, I've had to do a lot of little repairs, some major repairs in some cases, like on Lanie's Proton pack, where literally the hose and all the electronics got pulled out. I had to go in and do a bunch of repair work on that. That was a nightmare. So this was very simple compared to that. That being said, this is the first time I've been able to utilize my 3D printer to do any of the repairs or any of the design work. And I have to say, I'm very happy with the way that it came out. The tip of the wand has never looked better. I actually really like how this feels. It's a very solid fit. And I was never happy with the way the ion arm was on hers. Like I said, mine was okay, but now that I've actually designed this piece on hers, I have to say I'm really kind of itching to maybe build an entire Proton pack out of a 3D print. So who knows, we'll see. That may be a future project. That could be a major project, but we'll see how it goes. Do us a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to give us a big thumbs up on the video. It does help get the word out there, lets people find the content, and gets more people seeing what's going on over here at Epically Geeky. We'll see you next time on Epically Geeky Makers.